Hi, this is Mike. You got a Sherlock Home Inspections. Phone number is 971-212-7481. Website address is yourinspectionneeds.com. Today's date is Thursday, February 26th, 2026. The address we're inspecting today is 1704 North Meridian Street, Newburgh, Oregon 97132. We are about to perform a video inspection of the property's main sewer line through the front yard exterior cleanout. The equipment being used today is the Rigid Sea Snake. This is one of the best sewer cameras in the market today. Before we begin this video inspection, it has been noted some H sewer pipes made of clay, concrete, cast iron, asbestos, and Orangeburg may be in good working order and may never have had a clogged or sewer backup before. However, due to real estate transactions, attorneys, and lawsuits, Sherlock Home Inspection must recommend the following to meet the current codes. All sewer pipes should be watertight, made of cast iron, ABS, 3034, or HDPE pipe, all appropriate fittings and couplers. All sewer pipes should be free from breaks, offsets, separations, tree roots, bellies, and party sewers. Sherlock Home Inspections recommends replacing any sewer pipe that does not meet these specifications. Here we go. We are in a 4-inch cast iron pipe. We are running some water from the kitchen sink to ensure that our pipe is watertight and is going to remain watertight throughout this inspection. Now, right off the bat, right from the get-go, we would recommend having a sewer scope performed every 2 to 3 years, just keeping an eye on things. This is a 1970s cast iron pipe in the moist northwest soil all day long, every day. So it would be recommended to keep an eye on things. Even if it passes inspection today, we would recommend keeping an eye on things, and then of course going into the transaction, maybe even considering this a deferred cost item. Looks like the direction of the sewer pipe runs straight ahead to the street in front of the house. And we are seeing some aging and wear, some normal aging and wear from the 1970s, again, cast iron pipe. Everything that we're seeing appears to be hanging on, but again, it would be recommended to kind of go into this with a mindset that this is 1974 piping and we should keep an eye on things, and then of course repair or replace as needed. There is something here. What is this? It's like towels, paper towels, sponges, or not really sure what that is.
It's like a little rolled up, not blocking it, but it's, see, there's that little.
Looks like there's some towels, some flushable baby wipes, or whatever, which in an old cast iron pipe never really want to use flushable wipes, even if they're considered flushable, not in this type piping. And so yeah, there's just, as we reach the bottom of the dive, you can see the tendency in the pipe for these flushable things to just kind of get stuck on there. Good news is it's not slowing things down too much, but may have to kind of flush those out at some point. And it looks like right at that joint we're transitioning to the sidewalk and then out in the road too. So there's quite a few things going on. We're transitioning from cast iron into concrete. A little bit of a little bit of a weird transition there, sharp turn, 90 turn, and then stuff kind of hanging on. So, and then we enter into concrete piping, and then we're going to head out into the roadway. So at 41 feet, it looks like there's at least a potential of something else tying in on the right-hand side there. So we would recommend inquiring with the city of Newburgh to determine if there's the possibility of a shared or a party line here. Hard to say, but they intended something to tie in there. It could also be storm drains or rain drains. It's just kind of hard to say. But we would recommend inquiring with the city of Newburgh to see if there's anything like a party line, shared line on record.
It's about 40 feet.
How many feet are you?
And we're at 43 feet. We're in the concrete piping. You can see there's a seam or a joint above us at the top, and a bunch of outside water draining in here. So we're definitely not watertight in our sewer pipe.
Oh, yeah, coming right in.
So we got groundwater just kind of flowing in here.
So around
That's out there somewhere.
that way. About 40 feet. Huh, okay.
So we got a couple of things going on with the sewer pipe. We have some things flush down there that are not really advisable. We have at least the potential for something else tying in there. And then we have an open joint or seam in the concrete piping. This is out in the road with some groundwater, like a spring coming in right on top.
That's interesting.
So I'd recommend passing the video and the report on to drain repair specialists to make suggestions for repair, replacement, monitoring, maintenance, sleeving, whatever he
We have Blackwood already.
whatever he deems to be the appropriate repair. This last section of concrete piping out there in the middle of the road seems to be okay, but it's a little rough as we get started transitioning from the cast iron into it, and then we're going to drop into the public sewer about 70 feet. So I'm going to turn off the water, drain everything out of the pipe, look at the pipe one more time in reverse.
again.
Okay, I wanted to see now with the water turned off. You can see a little bit better. There is some pretty heavy deterioration in the concrete piping, possibly even a little separation there. Harder to see that on the. So definitely our 1974 sewer pipe is looking a little bit like 1974 for sure. And there, we have a spring, a natural water spring in our sewer pipe.
Really coming
right through the top. That's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and we'll have the video.
And then here is, like I said, at least I don't see anything coming out of it, but at least the possibility of something coming in there, which 40 feet before, right as it's going out into the roadway, could be the neighbors. So just as a precaution, it would be nice to know if there's any record of a shared line. In most cases, the shared line, the city of Portland and Newburgh or wherever you're at, in most cases, they're going to come and want those separated at some point. And then here's all of the garbage, the flushable, not flushable stuff. And then we're back onto the property in the cast iron piping. So the way the direction of the sewer pipe goes, upon entering the cleanout, we immediately go north, and then we come up by these bushes, and we go to the property line, and then we hang a left. So we kind of run along the property line out there.
And then they separated it. That's maybe what happened.